Day number 61 at the start of week 13. Quite a bit to catch up on here as we did miss that Friday. Quite a few trades trigger and most of them not good. First off, hail to the Swiss franc Japanese yen, which does finish itself at $2,080.53 plus nearly a $50 swap. Best trade of the strategy so far. Really nice run up all the way from back here. Would have peaked at around plus $3,000 and then with the trading stop loss back down it comes. Disappointed always to see it go, but still quite nice. It's the only celebration we've got though. Pound Canadian dollar, no surprise that did go on Friday. Morning session knocked it out. $2,000 lost and a little bit of a negative swap there as well. Minus 30 between both subtrades. Then another loss on the euro US dollar. Big push on Friday and another one today for about 1% total. And that as well has knocked us for $2,000, but at least we had a very nice swap on that, $25 for each subtrade, so again, 50 total. At least it helps us claw a bit back, but overall, $1,831 lost in those crystallized trades. Meanwhile, on the open trades, the Australian dollar Swiss franc, that is threatening the stop loss once more. No surprise there. But it does mean that US dollar Swiss franc is getting towards the take profit, as we do see a strengthening Swiss franc. Ever so close there, and let's hope it gets there because unfortunately we've been racking up an expensive swap. $170 cost for each subtrade there. Yikes, it's going to eat into the profits. That's even if we get the profits. And finally, Australian dollar Japanese yen. We did get into this pending trade and it's heading nicely towards the take profit, just ticking over there. Hopefully the big drop comes soon. That's 6 open subtrades still going, and we're going to get into a couple more trades here. We did have 3 sell signals for currencies going against the Japanese yen, so selling off the NZD against the Japanese yen. Don't want to really go for that one because it correlates so much with the Australian dollar Japanese yen. Could suddenly go very poorly. US dollar Japanese yen, not so keen on this one. Again, already selling off the US dollar and it's very wide margins towards the take profit and stop loss. It would be somewhere around about here, so a long way to go if we even got into it. So don't know about that one, but the pound Japanese yen, this seems quite nice. Still a bit of a distance, the stop loss take profit will be about 320 pips, but currently not in a great British pound trade. So let's give this seller a go. Here we go, sub trade A get in place. Oops, got the wrong volume there. Good thing we checked that. Take number 2, here we are. Let's just get rid of that first one we dropped. So now we can see, there we go, $996. That's what we're after. Sub trade B now. Here it is. And there's the trailer, happy days. So for good things to come there. We did take this signal in spite of getting a buy signal on the pound actually against the New Zealand dollar. Didn't like this one as much, bit tighter there again to the stop loss. And also because we are still going to take a signal on the New Zealand dollar, it's the New Zealand dollar Swiss franc. So same as with the pound, we are betting against the New Zealand dollar. Just this time hedging ourselves against the Australian dollar Swiss franc trade, which does look like it could hit that stop loss. So let's get it down with this one. You can see our risk on screen, of course. It is going to be a round up. 1.2651 standard loss becomes 1.27. Quite the round up, but there we go. Subtrade A once again. Looks pretty dandy to me. You can see that rounding up, putting us to $1,004. Balances out the 996 on the Great British Pound Japanese yen to bring us back to exactly 2,000. Less or more a few cents. Subtrade B, and we are good to go as soon as we put, yep, that trailing stop loss. 700 points. There we go, 2 new signals for us. Hopefully works out better than the pound CAD and the euro US dollar did. Plenty at play still here, but it is coming down our bank balance. Need a good run, a bit of a bump again. It has been a while since we received a loss. And then suddenly 2 of them. Don't want another 2 tomorrow. Firing up for day 62, the action is continuing here. Mixed results. First, Australian dollar Swiss franc, that did hit the stop loss. So $2,000 lost. At least we got 210 back for the swap, but overall not good at all. We did get close to the take profit right up here earlier. Similar to the pound Canadian dollar trade, went on a very long time, and ideally we'd like to get out at a better position in those trades. Even though we hit the stop loss on that one, it was covered as we thought it would be on the New Zealand dollar Swiss franc, so we got into this trade immediately and already currently $500 up on each sub trade. So that one's going nicely, and again, US dollar Swiss franc sell trade also acting as cover. We finally took the profit on sub trade A and got that trailing stop loss kicked in for sub trade B. $161 guaranteed there. Finally for the open trades, Australian dollar Japanese yen, that continues ticking downwards towards the take profit. So overall open trades just over $3,000 up, running pretty smooth. Didn't get into the pound Japanese yen trade, but we did come down a little bit in price, only a touch or so. We'll keep this one in for now and see how it goes. mostly because we don't have any new signals to go in tonight. So just going to kick the can down the road by a single day. We'll be back tomorrow. Day number 63, the can has been kicked. New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc. Wow, this came close to the take profit today. We are really going to rue missing that, I think. Shame, we do always like to take profit. Can see it here on the 5-minute chart. Yeah, that is incredibly close. Very narrow margins that could cost us. So hope not though. US dollar Swiss franc continues surging, really surging to the good here. Just over $1,000 up, so subtrade B gonna beat subtrade A. Aussie yen again got close to the profit, similar to the New Zealand dollar Swiss franc, but not quite with the same closeness. Pound yen, that's to our favor. We are into it. It's looking good as it drops towards that take profit, meaning our open trades are just shy of $4,000 up, really running nicely at the moment. If they all closed as they were, we'd be 8.5% up on the account. Things are looking good despite the fact that we did miss out on that New Zealand dollar Swiss franc profit. Let's keep going. Things getting nicer on our US dollar Swiss franc. The drop continues here. Soft inflation data this week from the US. We're really seeing a weakening as we move to just over $1,600 guaranteed. Swiss franc trades bringing us the glory. Not so much on the New Zealand dollar Swiss franc though. This is back to just past our entry price. Still ruining the fact that we didn't take profit already. Same for the Australian dollar, Japanese yen. What once was looking very near, now back to the entry. And similarly for the pound yen. These trades really turning on their heels for us. Only the dollar Swiss franc, very reminiscent of when the Swiss franc Japanese yen was carrying us. And we're going to put one more down on the Great British Pound New Zealand dollar trade. Sell stop orders at least. And it's going to be pretty wide to the stop loss on this one. You can see 440 pips means 0.36 standard loss. So even if we do get in, probably going to take a while to trigger on this one. Subtrade B, here we are. Looking like it should. Very far to the take profit. Let's see how it's looking tomorrow though. Day number 65 and week 13 does come to an end with a bit of a whimper. US dollar Swiss franc finally retracing a little bit. Not what we want to see, but understandable, healthy for the price moves. And not really much movement elsewhere. Again, New Zealand dollar Swiss franc surged downward towards the take profit, but back up it's come. And yeah, really not moving on these charts. Not into the pound New Zealand dollar, but moving average is still going down. We'll keep in it. Could just be taking a breath here before a big drop. We'll leave it like that. It is time for the weekend. Plenty to keep going as we're going to start week 14 on Monday. Let's check out that journal. We did have a few extra trades this week, closing and opening, but not necessarily the best moves. Journal. Here it is. So what have we added this week? Australian dollar Swiss franc. That was poor. At least we saved about 10% back on the swap, but never like to see that double loss. Came not long after the pound CAD as well. Very similar long-running trades that ended in misery for us. Swiss franc Japanese yen, that claimed us back some glory though. $2,000 from it, and even a positive trade of $48.95 as well. A shining trade that could be overtaken by the dollar Swiss franc, but at the moment this is holding the spot. And we did bank on the dollar Swiss franc, which keeps us hopeful, but lost out on the other hand on the euro US dollar. That was at the start of the week. Really didn't take long on that trade, just about a week and a half. And again, the standard loss of $2,000 gone, leaving our balance 4.88% up, $104,888.04. So everything is still to play for with our open trades. At least we know we're going to get a good amount from the dollar Swiss franc. Everything else really TBD. Sounds good? All right, until next week.